Hello everyone, and welcome to KBW. I am White Peppa with your Raw review. Now, I know you guys might be asking, well, don't you guys usually do it in the chair and you guys go over things? So we have some other things that we also have to do that's a little more time sensitive. So what we're going to be doing is I, White Pepper, will be doing the Raw reviews. Then Mr. Disrespectful on Tuesday nights will be doing the SmackDown reviews. Then on Wednesday, we're going to come in, do news and notes and stuff, and do a little show for that. So you're going to be getting a Raw review, a SmackDown review, and then a news and alerts review. So that's what we got going on. So I'm going to hit you with the Raw review. I'm going to try to get this. Not going to take too much time because for being a go-home show is...
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
Google also thinks it knows what I'm talking about, so that's even better. So let's get to the review. All right. So we start off the show with Samoa Joe. Now Samoa Joe is out here just yelling at Michael Cole and Corey Graves and all that commentary because he wants an apology. Sounds like an AEW storyline, Jericho. Because they keep saying that he is the one who forklift all that stuff onto Roman Reigns when there's no footage or anything of him being anywhere near Roman Reigns. So, I mean, he has a valid point. You're just picking him to pick him. I know that he does some cruel shit, but you're picking him to pick him. That's kind of ignorant. So he said that when Roman enters the building, he's going to come out to the ring and shut down Raw until Roman comes out. So that's how the segment starts. And he says, anybody wants to come out and fight me? And instead, it's Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch as she's coming out for her match, which is her and Charlotte Flair against Natty and the returning super duper hot Trish Stratus. So that's how Raw is going to start, with a tag team matchup against the two people who are going against each other. So Team Canada, I guess, against Team America. So Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Charlotte wound up winning against Italian Trish Stratus via disqualification. Natty has a real mean streak going with her right now. So she wound up getting the sharpshooter in on her after the DQ because she refused to release the hold past obviously the 1, 2, 3, 4. You better get off 5. So after the 5 count, so DQ was the result because of that. But Charlotte hit her own partner and took a walk. Following an intense tag by the man. So basically a 2-on-1 at this point. Trish didn't really do anything, to be honest with you. Trish pulled Natty off of Becky, but that was after Natty had the sharpshooter in for a solid amount of time. So the man walked away, but with a little bit of an injury. Next up, we had Andrade Cien Almas, or just Andrade, against Rey Mysterio. No, check that. You might have seen this before. Okay, so Andrade and Rey go at it again. As always, wrestling-wise, terrific match. They are terrific together. Couple spots here. Andrade tries to rip Mysterio's mask off once again, since he did last week rather. So he almost got his retribution, Mysterio, which we all know I don't care. And instead, there was a Selena Vega who got I think she hit him. Oh, she hit him with a stun gun off the rope. When the referee was paying attention to Andrade, he stumbled in. He got him with that double-armed DDT thing. I always forget what he's calling this move. The hammer. It's just a hammerlock DDT. They don't actually give it a name. So he hits him with the hammerlock DDT, and Andrade wins yet again. I don't know where this is going for the 56th time, but a good match. You know, if you're going to have something in the middle that doesn't really purposely to have a good match. So, very good match here. Them two always put on a stellar show. Next, we go to the OBGYN. That's right. We go to the OBGYN, where Maria Kanellis, who is the first ever pregnant 24/7 champion, is at the, she's in the stirrups. She's doing her usual, where she's basically beating her husband down in all his masculinity. At this point, I feel like Mike Kanellis has no balls. And if she was that rude to me, yo, Mikey, you gotta go, man. Unless there's something magic down there, you gots to go, okay? Cause I ain't tolerating that bullshit. She gots to go, okay? No matter how hot she is, gotta go. So Mike Kanellis, he grew his balls back, fellas and ladies. He grew his balls back, okay? So as she's in the stirrups and she has the championship locked on her belly and she's rubbing it, he went to give her a hug to let her know everything's going to be okay. The doctor was actually one of the female referees, so he pinned his own wife to win the 24/7 title back, finally. But then he runs out to the waiting room, which looked like something out of Brazzers. I mean, I've never gone on Brazzers, I don't even know what that is. But I mean, if I did, it'd probably be porn. But it looked like it was out of Brazzers. Any doctor scene you ever saw probably was shot there. So they're at the OBGYN, they come out, and there's two people sitting there who were not sitting there before with magazines in front of them. And so one pulls it down, and you can see it is who else but R-Truth. And Mike Kanellis says, why did you follow me to my doctor's appointment? And then obviously under the other magazine is Carmella, and R-Truth says, oh no, my water broke. Pops a toy baby out, throws it in the air. When he does, Mike Kanellis goes to catch it because apparently he thinks that men can have babies. And he winds up getting rolled up, 1, 2, 3, and R-Truth is now your 11-time 24/7 champion. He also had a really good line here where when Mike says, why are you here? Why'd you follow me to my appointment? He said, quote, OBGY not. The truth is our gold. Our truth is pure gold, period. There's nothing else you can say about that. So that's the end of that segment. It was like a double segment. It came in, went to commercial, finished the second segment. Next up, we have Brock Lesnar. There was speculation before that he actually wasn't coming. That they were struggling to wonder why if he was going to show up or not, like backstage. So apparently he does. So he comes out. You know, Paul Heyman describes that that Seth is supposed to be the Beast Slayer, and all of this about how it's probably not the best move for him to be out here. And so instead of staying in the back, Seth comes out just limping. He's holding a chair, but he's using it like a crutch. And so during his little crutch incident here, he gets up there and takes another beating. Not as bad as last week, obviously. Last week was fucking terrible. But he beat the hell out of him. He beat the hell out of his ribs. You could tell that Seth could barely even speak. He got on the mic towards the end after he got F5'd and a couple more suplexes. And first of all, it's a very boring segment. Nothing bores me more than these Lesnar segments. It's every time he's championed, we get these segments. He comes out, he beats the living hell out of whoever it is for like 3 straight weeks until they get to the pay-per-view, and then suddenly he can't beat anybody at the pay-per-view. I guess that's how we're going. So this is what he does, and it's very quiet. The crowd Corey said, quote, a hush over the crowd. It wasn't a hush, man. We're bored. Bored, silent. It was very boring. So after he finally gets done beating him for like 68th time, he walks out the ring. Rollins grabs a mic after like crawling around the canvas, and he says that, you know, the championship, he's worth everything he's got. This is all he is. This is all he got, which I'm assuming means that maybe Becky dumped his ass after he got his ass beat a few thousand times. Maybe she likes Roman better since she's on 2K20 with Roman. Maybe she's giving him the push. The man and the big dog. I don't know why people had some controversy with that, but we'll talk more about that on Wednesday. So he winds up, this is all I am, this is all I got, wah, wah, wah. But he's saying it, you could tell he's just saying it like very monotone because he can't. It's very good acting, I'll give him that. Because he's basically speaking like, he's like, I will beat Brock Lesnar. That's a guarantee. Like, he's short of breath. You could tell he was doing it right. Proud of him for that. Good job. Because in the last few weeks, Rollins have been getting under everybody's skin really quick. So this was kind of nice to see. Granted, he got his ass whooped again, but he's unshakable and he's brave, and he will take his title back at SummerSlam. Next up, Stupid. Some reason they still have no idea what they want to do with the Viking Raider Warrior 76er Oakland team. So the Viking Raiders beat Jay Alexander and Eric Abraham in a very quick match. Nothing to see here. They don't even say anything. It's stupid. If stupid was stupid. Then we have a match between Cedric Alexander and Drew McIntyre. This comes after a segment with the Street Profits where they kind of fanboyed out for Kurt Angle. So, you know, they pull out their cups where usually is for drinking and shit like that. So they pull out their cups, and Kurt's like, no, I promised my wife I wouldn't do anything crazy, which was hilarious. He's always good for comedic timing. And they pulled up some milk, and they toasted to each other. They toasted milk to each other in the red cups. I got my own little Street Profits cup. I'll show you here. Bang, Street Profits coffee cup. You know, like, they didn't think of it yet, but I'm telling them, like, bro, put a little Street Profit logo there for anybody who wants that sip of coffee. So that's my version of their sips. So they come out. So they wind up having this match. So Cedric Alexander comes out first after Kurt comes out as special guest referee because they're in his hometown, Pittsburgh. So obviously it's the reason Kurt Angle shows up. Cedric's walking down the ramp during his entrance, and Drew McIntyre literally ambushes him. The match never begins. There's a couple cool spots. The final spot I guess they really had was a tornado DDT by Cedric Alexander off one of the barricades, where he DDT'd Drew McIntyre into the stage, or into the ramp. Now they're both on the ground, and Kurt is waiting to referee a match that hasn't started yet. And all of a sudden we hear one light goes out. The other light goes out. We know what's about to happen. Let him in, kids. Let him in. Because it's time for the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt comes in, and much to my delight, and from what it looked like Twitter universe, the wrestling community, to their delight, he uses the mandible claw again. Me and a couple guys on there had like a sneaking suspicion at first. We thought, like, if he uses the angle slam, I'm going to kind of get mad. Like, if he just starts using all these legends finishers to beat them up. But instead he uses the mandible claw again, which I think is perfect for a gimmick like this. You know, like that mandible claw is like that thing, you know, it's like, it's draining your soul or something like that, where it's a perfect move for someone like The Fiend. So he gives the mandible claw to Kurt Angle, and in normal fashion, lights go out, the Bray Wyatt laughter, scene. So he takes down Kurt Angle. Another legend is bitten the dust. I have not checked Twitter yet to see if Bray Wyatt has explained himself of why he had to take down Kurt. But anytime you see the Fiend, it's very exciting. I love the Fiend. So up next we have the OC. All 6 of them. Now I was very excited about this, by the way. So originally it was a tag match, I believe, and so it was the whole OC, and Kofi isn't there tonight due to other WWE Championship things he has to deal with. So it was AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Karl Anderson against Big E and Xavier Woods. They didn't let the match start. Basically, they beat their ass. Cool. There was a cool little moment here. Luke Gallows comes out in face paint. Back in New Japan, when he was part of the Bullet Club, he always had face paint on. That was one of his signatures. He always has a pretty mean, like, Punisher face mask or face paint, rather. He had some really cool stuff like that. So reigniting the face paint, kind of really trying to, looks like WWE is doing their best now to try to bring all elements possible, Bullet Club wise, to WWE. The only thing they need to do to complete that is something that everybody is waiting for, is Finn Balor. Let Balor Club become a part of the OC, and then have literally Bullet Club, the OGs, really unite outside of the Tongans. So that would have been cool, but instead they started beating the hell out of Big E and Xavier Woods to get a head start on their match. I believe they're going to have at SummerSlam, and here comes Ricochet. Ricochet comes out, dazzles the tag team champs, and then gets AJ. Obviously, we go to commercial. We come back, and what do we have? We have a 6-man tag team match. So it winds up being the OC defeating the New Day and Ricochet in the end. They're getting wins now, which is nice. It's nice to see Gallows and Anderson get victories. I know a lot of people say it's too late, but honestly, you can revive a career. It's not terrible, but so the Suntan Biker Man. I didn't know there was a Luke Gallows nickname, but so he went blow for blow at Big E and thwarted Ricochet, right to be threatened to turn the tide of the bout, setting the trio up for the match-ending Magic Killer. The OC with the win, baby. Alright, this is just getting weird now. So, Samoa Joe was made aware that Roman Reigns is indeed getting to the house, or he's getting to the house. In the house. He is getting to the arena now. He is pulling in. So, Joe does as he promises at first. He comes out to the ring. He sits in the middle of the ring. Things are getting boring quick. Then he says he's impatient, so he's headed to the parking lot to confront Roman himself. He gets out there. Roman steps out of his car because the smoke is coming his way, so he has to do something about it. So as Roman steps out, Joe starts walking towards him. Then, because he was in a Hobbs and Shaw, so now Roman is a actor, so he can do adventure shit apparently. And so he dives back into his car, and then someone drives and hits his car in the parking lot, almost, let's be real, almost killing Roman Reigns. So from what went from some weird fake accident thing last week, where he was just being strange as hell with that thing fell and everyone's like, and he somehow doesn't have a scratch on him when a cage falls on him and a bunch of speakers, and then Caleb Braxton screeching, to this. Okay, point taken. I guess we laughed about the first thing, but it's kind of getting weird now. So what is it? Week to week, we're going to find out who's trying to kill Roman. Is that the new storyline? So he almost kills Roman Reigns, which was very crazy as shit. Now, weird moment here. I don't know how kayfabe it was or what, but the weird moment that came of this was, now, so they get in that, he gets in this accident, the dude hits him, they go to commercial because they need to pay the bills. Come back from commercial, Samoa Joe who I thought, oh, he's coming into the card, like choke him out, like finishing his ass off. He suddenly is like coming to the aid of Roman, like unless they either A, didn't tell Joe that, oh, by the way, he's going to get in a car accident, or B, they're going to pull some weird angle with like the Samoan Brotherhood here, like where like he wants to hurt him, but he doesn't want the man to die. So maybe it's something like that, and that's why Samoa Joe like turned the heel off. He just boop to like pure babyface to try to get. He's screaming for medics. He's telling Roman just to stay there, stay there. Triple H comes out, but like the whole time Joe looks physically concerned for Roman, which is weird to me, but I kind of dig it. I kind of dig like the little bit of realness that they put into it, where it's like not like, oh, a guy got in a car accident and he puts him in a cocaine clutch, like. So I honestly appreciate. I know some people were very angry like that it wasn't a heel move of him, but it is what it is. I think it was pretty dope. So finally, no, I'm just kidding. So we had a fatal 4-way women's tag team title match between the tag team champions, the Iconics, the Kabuki Warriors, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So everybody was obviously just hoping to God that the Iconics gave up the titles so that we can see them on TV. Obviously, I really wanted to see Asuka and Kairi Sane get this one, but I guess they're not ready yet. So the Iconics got eliminated first, which kind of piqued everybody's excitement, I believe, because now you're like, okay, we're guaranteed new champs. One of these 3 teams, we're going to win this. So Sonya Deville and Mandy got eliminated after Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. So it was down to Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, and the team of Asuka and Kairi Sane. Well, as much as I want them to win and I want to see the Kabuki Warrior champion, the titles went to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I'm still okay with this because, and I know people hate that what's her name keeps winning titles, Alexa Bliss, and she got him with the Twisted Bliss on Kairi Sane after a weird set of things where the referee grabbed Asuka to not to like, I don't understand it overall, like, so it looks like she was coming in to stop an interference, and the referee like grabbed her, like I thought he was going to give her the rock bottom, and stopped Asuka. And then Nikki, so that's as Kairi Sane was getting up to the top rope to give the insane elbow to Alexa Bliss to end it. So Nikki Cross gets on the apron, pushes her, so she falls down. Asuka then obviously has to go to, she goes back to her corner. I believe Nikki clocked her, or one of them did, whatever it was, knocked her off the apron, and Twisted Bliss onto Kairi Sane for the victory. 1, 2, 3. And your new women's tag team champions, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I know, I should be a ring announcer. But I didn't know that Mandy's move was called the Bed of Roses. I get it, a little Bon Jovi song now. So I enjoy that. I like that Nikki has matching gear now. Like she wears this purple corset instead of like the sanity corset as we all call it. So she's wearing the matching corset that matched her partner. So you kind of like had a sneaky suspicion, like there's no need for them to have that. I believe that Bliss and Cross are going to have a nice little reign here because they're both very entertaining. And I'm glad that Nikki Cross has a title. She deserves everything she's getting right now. So that was good. It was nice to see this. Dolph Ziggler and Shawn Michaels on Miz TV. So, hold please. Yeah, bless me. So here we go. Miz TV starts. Here comes Dolph. Here comes HBK and The Miz. So they're out there, and he says a sign on the line. So obviously, what's his name? Dolph signs on the line, and Miz says, "quote I will see you Monday," and it confuses everyone, including myself, because I thought they were fighting at SummerSlam, and he said, "You didn't read the fine print. You won't be fighting me at SummerSlam. You're going to be fighting someone who might not have many moments left, and who might not have many SummerSlam moments left." So obviously Shawn Michaels steps up because they assume it's going to be Shawn, and everybody gets kind of excited. And I believe Dolph Ziggler probably had like a huge boner, thinking, "Oh, finally going to fight the guy I've been the second rate of my whole life." So everybody's kind of thinking it's Michaels, it's Michaels, it's Michaels. Guys. Then the music hits. It's fucking Goldberg. I don't want to see Goldberg again. Ever. I wish he just stayed fucking retired. But instead, this is what we get. Goldberg comes out. Ziggler dives out the ring because I guess he's afraid of getting concussed by Goldberg with him like half hitting his move and then killing him. So he jumped out of the way like, "No, man, I'm not going to have this." And then Goldberg signs a little contract. He makes like weird fucking faces. And he says, "Guess what, son? You're next." And that's it. And so now that set is going to be Goldberg versus Ziggler. Super duper duper. And that, my friends. And then as Ziggler is walking up the ramp, he finally gets the revenge on him that was thought, as HBK hits him with some sweet chin music. And that is how Raw went off the air. Overall, it was okay. I mean, going into SummerSlam, that's kind of funky monkey. The women's Raw title is officially going to be a submission match between the man Becky Lynch and Natalya. Becky also, if you go back and watch Raw, if you guys did not watch her promo this week, it's actually really, really good. It was like a better, more of the man version of Becky. And I like Becky because, I mean, the John shirt is literally a ripoff of the man. Because in Philly, the John is everything. So, yeah, it was an alright Raw. I don't think it was anything crazy to write home about. I'm glad to see that Nikki and Alexa got the tag titles off of the Iconics. I'll see what they can do with them. So that's worth watching. Goldberg and Dolph at SummerSlam. I don't know how I feel about that. And the Roman Reigns saga. At SummerSlam, is someone going to shoot at him, or is he going to get like stabbed? Like it's getting weird now. This whole someone's trying to kill him. Someone pointed out on the internet, on Twitter, and I retweeted it actually. During the segment where Roman's getting knocked down or whatever, or that thing falls on him on SmackDown, you actually do see, if you look in the background, walking through as like everybody's shuffling over to Roman, someone that looks to be Eric Rowan. It's a big dude, ginger beard, has a hood on, and just keeps rolling. If you check in the back area there, it's like the back right of your screen, if you watch it, it's Eric Rowan. So it keeps leading to suspicion that this whole time it's been Daniel Bryan. I guess Daniel Bryan's into killing now, so that's a different thing. But if it is, it is. But guys, that is your Raw review for what's this? Monday, August the 6th. Stay tuned tomorrow as Mr. Disrespectful will bring you SmackDown Live. Wednesday, we will bring you news and rumors and all of that fun stuff. So keep in touch with our channel, man. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Hit the bell for notifications. We are pretty much constantly putting things into the game, or onto the page, including the game. The WWE Universe game, join KB WrestleCast on there. We're trying to rule the world, man. One game at a time. And we can always use new players because some of these guys, they gotta go. So, again, subscribe, hit the notifications, hit the bell. And until tomorrow, when you see Mr. Disrespectful, guys, what can I say? Everything about us is undisputed.